not the drink that cracks me up. Like, okay, I got it. That kind of makes sense. You saw some horrific sacrifice. You're like, oh my god. You go to the bar, have a drink, steady your nerves or something. But the idea that like you enjoyed the scenic sights of Dolmen, and that recovered your resolve after the sacrifice. That one gets me. That one cracks me up a little bit. Yeah, the white cliffs of Dolmen, absolutely gorgeous. Totally blocks from my consciousness the fact that we just had a human sacrifice on the team. I could be next, and it's a bunch of crazy cultists. No, it wasn't like sex. It wasn't like, you know, reaffirmed our life forces here. That, no, it's not like this scared procreate kind of drive going on for them. It's just like sightseeing. Like, what a mild, like, general boost to enjoyment, right? Like, yeah, it's pretty. Some cities are very pretty, sure. All right, let's soften this guy up for consumption. Is he soft enough? One more hit. One more hit. Okay. All right, soften that guy up. Fair number of ancient undead here. I think we're gonna one-shot that guy with the buff. So I believe, let's double swing and miss, sure. I'll do a little bit of damage there, it's fine. Didn't do any damage, I hit head. It's useless. Alright, a little bit of damage there. Soften it up for the hammer. Okay. Piece of shit. Alright. See that look of betrayal on my face? Excuse me? I just lost a morale level from getting hit. No morale checks upon losing hit points. Am I imagining that? Can someone check that replay for a second then? I'm almost certain he went from confident to unconfident, which is a negative morale hit. Undead if fearsome, maybe it overrides that. I bet you that's an unintended consequence, not a feature. Totally did lose confident, right? It was a check, right? I'm not just imagining this shit. So is that a bug? Do we want to submit a bug report to somebody for that? mod conflict. Do you want to go there? Do you want to start with mod conflict? Do you want to just start with like, perhaps there's someone forgot something when they're making that? Maybe it's backstabber versus underdog. Maybe we don't read chat for a few minutes. All right. Yeah, quickly chat. Related to real life events. You know, even if you're a cultist, sometimes you could have a moment of concern. Like, you're not just going to be confident all the time because you're a cultist. Sometimes you have your doubts. Therefore, from a balance perspective, the event should only trigger some of the time, not all of the time. Right? Get a bit low over here. I don't know, it's like, it's so weird that chat goes immediately to like, oh, it's probably an actual mechanic, as opposed to, it's probably a fucking bug. I also wonder, the fearsome thing seems very likely to me that it very well could be a bug with fearsome causing that, but it seems like it's the point, if you get these very few benefits of being in this fucking shitty cult most of the time, can we at least get the very few benefits that we are promised? Because that one seems really, it would be really nice to have the benefits of this shitty cult. Right? Yeah, immune from getting morale checks from getting hurt and less hurt. That's how I'm reading that right now too. All right. 25% famed item? Sure. All right. All right. It's fine. I'm not drunk anymore. Let's get our armor back up. Take this big rigging camp. Let's scout this island. I need to return this contract in a moment. Nothing. Nothing? Nothing. Go. You want to take it at night? Probably. Depends what we're running for it. Death Dancy's almost 14. Darpel is 14. Homie Shop's 14. Soren is 11 with 2 perks unassigned. We have so many unassigned perks in this playthrough. Super Kamaguru leveled. We'd like him to also convert. That needs to happen soonish. Okay. Going through our bread. Good. Do we even take this fight? I mean, probably. Still a lot of leveling. Do it at night. Ignore the fact we have no archers at all. Need armor there. Alright, let's wait. We have enough heads. It's not related to that. It's just... Okay. Which background do I like the most from the LC? It's not really the right question. I mean, certainly it is. If you're just wanting my personal preference, I enjoyed the poachers a lot. If you're asking what's the strongest, that's a different answer. I think the raider background's probably the strongest. I'm finding this one very unique, although a little frustrating how slow the events are. Yeah. I think that about summarizes it. I think the militia is going to be very unique. A lot of people like Lone Wolf. There's been a lot of requests about Lone Wolf, although every other streamer in the world seems to think Lone Wolf's the greatest thing ever and they're only playing that. I go through a breakdown of all the backgrounds in one of the review videos. Okay, they have a Cleaver Spec leader. Who is it? Tennessee the Intense. Okay. There's another leader. Sui, the Outlander. Okay. Just gonna brute force this camp, I guess. That's why we took it at night. And yes, we did have high ground. It's hilarious. Okay. I get a fourth archer? No. We need a lot of range-based backgrounds. Seems very complicated to get them as cultists. I assumed that the powder was going to be something, but it's very, very difficult to keep enough powder. Oh, I forgot to respec into my cleaver too. So we're in don't have any of our swords. We're in undead fighting. Sure. Axe is gonna hurt. As is the elevated hit from that. Is that 3-way? 1, 2, 3. No, I think that's the one we have to deal with. Already moved. Can't do that. Sure. Okay. Picking on Makani here. Don't think I care about any of the armor here. So I'm just going to keep swinging at the leaders. Great. There's a new weapon I like the best, the whip. The whip by a lot. He just run past 2 of our guys? Guess he could have gone that way. I can't hit him? Is this a range issue? It's still only 2 tiles. I guess I have to be in elevation. We'll lose the sight range that way. I'm gonna farm that guy, I think. Okay. Guess I could start puncturing him here instead of just passing entirely. Been a while since I had the joy of taking these fights at night with the 2-handers. Normally take this fight as an archer fight. I think they're still fighting. I think they're unfortunately still fighting. Don't want to move directly next to him quite yet. All right. They're out. Great. All right, farm, farm, farm. I'm not sure it was worth leveling these cultists who were like level 4 when we stopped leveling them and now we're leveling them again. Might have been a mistake. This might not be good enough. It's over, right? Okay. Great. C10 dropped. Rest of the garbage dropped. Cool. All right. Let's go return this. Levels? Nope. Maybe sell along the way too. Minus 5.8% chance of famed items. That seems good. Alright, there's that hunter that we're excited about. We're gonna find a dumb hunter one day. I didn't realize I couldn't be rolling on witch hunters because they're not going to be dumb. That would be useful. Is nerf here? No. Would be useful to have start compiling the stuff for the for this start. The things like which classes can be dumb, which ones can't, which ones can which ones in general. Like, it's very interesting to me that, for example, that the witch hunters can't. I've been rolling on witch hunters all playthrough with the assumption that they could be dumb, and they can't. So, all right, what are we selling? We're selling 18.3. We're selling everything. We need 3 of these. Don't we already have 3 of these equipped? 1, 2, 3 equipped. So we don't need any of those. Although we kind of want to get rid of the more broken ones. All right. All right, 8 of those. Off-brand shields. So you have a very large number of heater shields. You can start ditching ancient undead shields then, or fallen hero shields. 1 kettle hat seems plenty. We want that one. Don't really want that. Armor's been repaired. Okay. Treasure? Treasure. More treasure? No more treasure. Alright, 244 tools. 90 ammo. 61 grains. Probably don't need it quite yet. Maybe a little bit. Alright, backgrounds were no good. Tavern rumors. Okay. We'll buy the map. Okay. Did we already have that site? I feel like we already had that site. Need another bandage. Thank you. I do. Thank you, Mr. Bucket. All right. Meanwhile, move on. Could you send out a couple dire wolves as well? Cultists. All right. Need the conversion event to fire. Hasn't happened yet. 4 raiders. Don't think they're going to be fighting us. Okay. Mission is parcel to Donnerstead. Let's go get those 2 camps out to the east. How many days of food do I have? 2. It's not good enough. I have to wait for morning. All right. To the east. Okay. Do we have 3 sacrifices with us? 2. Would be good to pick up another sack. Should check the backgrounds on the way out. Look for another background who leaves. Is Grave Robber one of the ones that can't be converted? Do we want to fight Alps? Alps, giants, I mean. Not really. I think we just want to head to the undead locations, bust those. Okay. 2 over this way, right? Did say I needed dire wolves. Let's go take that fight. Fine with this loadout. I need Alps. It wasn't Alps, it was Unholds. Ooh, Necro Savants too. Nice. We got a couple good fights coming up for us then with high famed item chance. Which is good, because we need all the famed item chance we can get. Because currently our rolls have been terrible. I don't know how many 20%ers we've failed, but it's a lot. Fuck, I set it up for the double kill and just didn't swing. Oh, that was dumb. Another miss, huh? Minus 10%, alright. That sword. Kind of need Darple not to be in these fights. Don't like leaving him sitting out, but until we get the armor. No panics, huh? Brave dogs. So what we're looking for is adrenaline glands. The third pelt's welcome too. That's what I wanted, was the glands. So it's good. Okay. 7 to 10 savants, 14 plus auxiliaries, 33% chance of famed items. Seems like right where we want to be. More powder too, but powder clearly is not the limiting supply problem for Alps. For excuse me, ashes are not the limiting supply factor for powder. Should be repairing that. Can we fight that with this? This is not a terrible setup for it. We could use some more. We have 2 megas. So if we run them in decent armor, like this shit with a shield and a sword, or a spear even, seems pretty decent. System at 31. Little light, little light. 39. Solly stam. We did that as well. 38. They could just single taunt each round. It might be okay. 38, 39, just single taunt. Sure, it's fine. Okay, we're not gonna bring Sellsword. Gonna level Lullaways, Makani, and Amit Salmon for this. Sure. Damage dealers should probably be using the appropriate weapons. The axes are good in this fight though, but this should be a cleaver. Take care to use all of our famed items. Seems fine. Anyone I need to level for this? The archer's still not excited. Our other archer's not leveling though. Hats on Fire needs to be brought back into this pool at some point. Not for this fight, but soon. And we did just hit 11 on White Chocolate. He's not bad for this fight, but I think I'd rather level. Okay. Let's do it. Doesn't get HP check, resolve checks and losing HP. Can someone clip that? Because I would love to incorporate that, because it clearly did get resolve checks when we lost HP. If someone clips it for me and gives me a link to that, I'll tweet it at Overhype. They've been patching some of the stuff. They kind of stealth patch it. Like they patched the Izurok twice now from things that we've discovered on this channel. Although no credit has been given for the bug testing that we are doing as a channel chat. Which is okay. I don't need the credit necessarily, but it's just amusing to me a little bit. Don't level resolve a lot in your first place, or do you think the sweet spot should be around 55? No, I think the sweet spot is 50 on front line and lower than that on the back line. You can find that in my goals. Okay. You can get away with lower resolve too if you have a very good banner that you run in all your fights. It's just I often don't bring banners to my fights. What? Fucking Necro Savants. Alright, their behavior is not as predicted. I guess it is based on when they engage in melee. I always assumed it was on the end of turn 2, but maybe I just almost always engage them on the end of turn 2. Okay, so we should actually back up one more tile. But I can't back up one tile easily. I can only back up 2 tiles easily. Guess we'll back up 2 tiles. Necro Savants still holding their turns, huh? Is this close enough, Necro Savant? Because I'd like to back up another turn for one more tile. One tile, not 2, so they move in would be ideal. But I don't actually believe the Necro Savants behave that way. I feel like at some point, no, they really aren't. They're really just not showing up yet. It's hilarious. This is too many tiles back now. Again, it's funny. All right, we'll keep the dance going. It's fine, skeletons. We dance. Today we dance. Okay, that's engaged in melee now, though. So now, I guess if we pass the turn, they're all going to show up. I just skipped a turn. Fuck. Stupid Necro Savants. Someone better tell the Necro Savants the front line of skeletons needs help. Someone also better tell the Necro Savants that skeletons need surface area to engage, or they just spend all their time running around. Why is the shield guy on the second row? Because we are fighting with Necro Savants that do not always engage just on the first row. So we procced both their 9 lives, which is great. I've got a fair number of taunts up right now, right? Solly's got 2. And Super Kamo Guru has at least 1. Kevman Po, I guess, just walks up, swings. Okay. Goodbye. Fuck. Knew better than to swing with the Mega. That should have been a taunt. Seems pretty good so far. Fucker. Should be able to taunt it. If I go there, I guarantee that it goes there. Right now it's a 50-50 where it ends up. Probably go to there then. Or maybe not 50-50, but it has a choice. Determines where it goes still. Okay. Good. Next to my axe and cleaver is just fine. Easy peasy. Sweet famed items. Cool. Let's move on.